right, welcome to the Everything Is Earned podcast. I'm your host, CLE Tallboy.
And I am It's Contagious, a.k.a. Tim.
A.k.a. Tim, it's backwards. It's okay. Today we got an awesome episode for you guys. We're going to talk about the Cavs, the Browns, but we're going to talk about the Browns season recap. We're going to go into the coaching search and what's going to look like. We're going to look at the 2019 opponents and like who's going to be on our schedule. We're also going to talk about John Dorsey's draft picks because we love the draft. And then we're going to get into a little bit about the Cavs, why they suck, when's Love coming back, and then who we should trade.
And when John Henson's coming back too.
Oh, yeah, John Henson, yeah, because we got him from the Dellavedova trade.
He's a little sleepy. He's just chilling.
He is chilling. I forgot about him completely.
Didn't help it, yeah.
I had a moment last week.
We won't have to deal with Ante the entire season.
Yeah, I had a moment last week, and I was like, man, I forgot John Henson was part of that trade. But then I remembered. So let's talk about the Browns season recap first. So first thing about this recap I think is important.
Hugh Jackson.
Yeah, Hugh Jackson.
Todd
Obviously,
Haley. First 8 weeks of football.
Wasn't great. Not good at all. So you fire Hugh Jackson, and we're thinking we should be in the playoffs because it is playoff weekend. We know we should be there.
Yeah, because they went 2-5-1 in the first 8 weeks.
Right.
You had Tyrod Taylor there for the first 2 weeks.
Pittsburgh
2.5 weeks, which is awful until you brought Baker in, which is absurd to begin with. Let's talk about that a little bit. How Hugh Jackson decided that he wasn't going to start Baker regardless of talent.
Yeah, so that's one of my biggest things with this Browns coaching staff is how the heck did they think that Baker and Chubb weren't better options than Tyrod and Carlos Hyde? Like that blows my mind. You can see the talent in the game, like in the practice field every day, and they've been in the building
in training camp, and we had hard knocks. We saw it. All of those fans saw it.
Yeah, I just remember pulling my hair out, talking to people who were like 40 and older about how Tyrod should go the whole season.
Avid Tyrod Taylor fans, avid Carlos Hyde fans.
Yeah, except, okay, I'll support Carlos Hyde because he's a Ohio State boy. And
I liked him.
I thought he wasn't bad. I thought he played pretty well.
I liked him.
But Chubb is better.
Yeah, he shouldn't have started over Chubb.
Right. So, yeah, Hugh Jackson should have not been here. After 0-16, they really should have fired him. And you look at the coaches that were hired in the offseason, Indianapolis, with Frank Reich over there. Frank Reich. He just took his team to the second round of the playoffs. That's awesome. Love that.
Still going. He's playing New England, I believe. No. He's not playing New England. I don't know. He's playing.
I don't know. He's
playing Chiefs next
week.
The
Chiefs, yeah. And I'll pick the Colts over that. I think Colts are my Super Bowl favorite right now. Just
whoa.
Early on this Super Bowl.
He hasn't been following. He hasn't been following the NFL much besides.
I'm sorry. Did you see the Colts won like 9 game stretch or something like that? They've been crushing it.
Okay, but
you haven't been following the NFL.
Get out of here. Can you rely on the defense though? That's always been the issue.
They're be fine. They're gonna be great. The defensive line's good. Okay. I like the Colts. They're my early Super Bowl.
Jabal Sheard is on the defensive line too.
I like Jabal Sheard. Former Browns player.
I'm so mad. I'm so mad.
Former Browns player. So, going back to what I was saying, you get a good coach over in Indianapolis. You get Matt Nagy over in Chicago. I definitely would have taken those guys over you. We definitely be in the playoffs.
Not John Gruden though.
No, Gruden's horrible.
Over in Oakland there.
Yeah, 10 years, 100 million is way too much. And then you got Pat Shurmur over in New York, who looks like he's drowning again. And then you got Steve Wilkes
from his Browns days.
Steve Wilkes got fired, didn't he? From the Cardinals.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Yep. He was not prepared for that.
Then Marvin Lewis did as well.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
Hugh Jackson 2.0.
So ultimately, if you don't have Hugh, you're probably in the playoffs.
But it's interesting who would have been the coach instead. Would Greg Williams took over? Would they win out of house off the whip? Definitely interesting to think about.
Yeah, I think so.
But even regardless of what coach, you would have to do. Even if you put, say you go back to training camp, and most teams in that situation, you have Baker and a veteran quarterback like Tyrod Taylor. You kind of put him in a quarterback competition, like we've seen pretty much every year for the last decade or two.
Yeah, and they were trying to be better about not doing competition, but I hated it worse because we got the worst quarterback out of it.
Yeah, we had the worst out of 2 quarterbacks. But yeah, if you see the talent and you put him in quarterback competition, then Baker's a clear choice.
Yeah.
Tyrod was scared to throw the ball, scared to do anything, to move the ball down the field. And as you know, he struggled to read any defense. He said, we've talked about this before, in the preseason, in preseason, every team puts out their vanilla defense. None of those teams anything. And Tyrod said that he was having trouble reading a preseason defense.
Yeah, that was my
Which
first.
was scary,
that was my first problem. I was like, oh man, he cannot be having problems in the preseason. That's horrible.
That was scary. And then maybe I was like, oh, maybe Buffalo's all right. And then a few games later, I'm like, oh, third rounder for Tyrod Taylor. That might be the worst move that Dorsey's done in a line of pretty awesome moves.
No, it was a smart safety net move. Like it was.
I don't know. Looking back at it, I don't like it.
It was a smart safety net move. I don't mind it. So yeah, Tyrod obviously didn't work out. The 2018 draft was awesome though. How good was that? I mean,
name it off the whip right here.
Yeah.
Baker, number 1.
Denzel Ward,
4. Chubb at 35.
Yep.
Think about what he's done compared to Barkley. Barkley was at number 2. He's a freakish talent. But I brought up the stats here, and
you're just gonna stop talking about the draft?
Yeah, I like Chubb a lot.
Yeah, Chubb was awesome. He had a great season. I liked what you brought to the table.
It's fascinating. We'll still talk about drafts. Chubb, Avery. We didn't see of Corbett. He was injured, and then he kind of got lost in the shuffle with the continuity that the inside pair of linemen formed between Zettler, Joel Patonio,
and Hubbard.
And no, Hubbard's on the right tackle.
Oh right.
And Treader.
Treader
at the center.
Wow, Treader. How about Treader not missing snap this year? That was pretty.
Yeah, impressive. He had a high ankle sprain like the beginning of the season too.
Dude he was in a walking boot the whole week.
What an Iron Man! I mean,
it's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, we've had Iron Man in the past. Joe Thomas. Joe Thomas, shout out to you for over 10,000 plus stops.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Hall of Famer. Did that guy a jacket already? But yeah, this past draft was awesome. Speaking of draft, we have 11 draft hits in this coming year, and a lot of cap space.
Yeah, we do have a lot of cap space. 87 million. 87 million.
Yeah, I think that's best for 4th in the league.
Yeah.
So John Dorsey has a lot of new opportunity and some possibility to get some new toys here.
Yeah.
In the off season.
Okay, so that's definitely the draft piece. The Browns had the best draft in forever. They crushed it.
They probably had the best draft out of any team this year.
Yeah, they did. They did really well.
Considering we've had a top 5 draft pick, either probably in 90% of the last 20 years.
Yeah.
And we should have gotten this turned around a long time ago.
But,
we marked John Dorsey as one of the best GMs already.
Yeah.
And just because he's doing his job.
Yeah, he had one good offseason.
Yeah.
One good offseason.
Yeah.
Free agent pickups. Free agent pickups are big. Like the free agent pickups, you got a couple guys in free agency.
You bolstered our secondary. We picked up Demarius. Oh, we got Demarius went off the trade, but we picked up EJ Gaines.
Yep. Mitchell.
Oh yeah, Terrence Mitchell.
Mm-hmm.
We picked up
No, it was another. There was another safety guy. No, we had Kendrick. I don't know who I'm thinking of.
I'm not sure either.
There's somebody we got the Browns free agent. I don't know.
It was spaces.
They got the secondary though. And then Chris Smith. The grandson Chris Smith.
Chris Smith was good.
Mm-hmm,
we signed Hubbard too.
Yeah,
that was good too.
Yeah, that was good. Mm-hmm.
Even though he's kind of been disappointed based off the money we paid him, he was still better than what we had last year, which is a strap.
And sometimes it's continuity too with the offensive line. Like the more you get, the more like reps they get in the line. Like the more in sync the line's gonna be.
Absolutely, and we saw that after we brought Greg Robinson in replace at the left tackle there.
Yes.
Huge lift. He had a big athletic body. He's 6'7". Hasn't lived up to his top 5 overall hype.
Ultimately, you can probably get some background people for that, and then like some depth. You can get some depth in the left tackle
at the line. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, personally, I would
roll with Robinson.
I don't agree with that. I like Robinson a lot, but I think he'd be great depth off the bench there, as a backup. I'd prefer us draft a left tackle in the 1st or 2nd round, that lockdown for the rest of the year, and for the next decade or so, and have 4 quality linemen, possibly Pro Bowl linemen, in your forward going left to right, left tackle,
Right.
drafted lineman, left guard, Antonio, Treader at center, Zettler at right guard, and then maybe Will Hubbard down the line.
Yeah.
Or maybe change out, but that would be a pretty solid line to protect both Baker and get Nick Chubb some holes for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, I feel you there.
Then we also need a nose tackle, and a true number 1 wideout, and then a linebacker. Can we get a linebacker already? If we don't play the 4-3,
I want a linebacker. I want.
we need some depth, especially in this AFC North. It's tough. It's gritty. We saw against the Ravens with our run defense. We just couldn't stop it. We didn't have that. We just didn't have that help that the lineman needed.
Yeah, and look at the other games too. Like Giovanni Bernard, he'll tear you up. What's his face over in Pittsburgh with
Joe Mixon over in
Connor
Cincy.
ran all over the Browns, man.
Yeah, James Conner. I think he's. Yeah, I don't think he's good as everyone thinks he is.
That dude ran over everybody though. He was nasty. Like James Conner.
I think it was an outlier.
Okay, but he was like he's had fumble problems, but the dude was running all over the Browns. Like he tore him up. Like the Browns had problems guarding the outside runs.
I was about to say, but to be fair, everybody
tore the Browns
and the grandmas
tore the Browns
up.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so looking at the other things we can do here, the 2 biggest keys I think of the season are the finds of obviously Baker Mayfield,
finds in the draft, and I think the diamonds in rough that we found have been surprising as well. But it's not.
Like Freddie Kitchens, you know Freddie Kitchens had the ability to call games like this at the end of the
year.
Yeah,
when we fired Greg Williams and Todd Haley, we thought we're gonna scrap the rest of the season, try to get as low as the draft pick as we can, and start Baker off fresh. Maybe even put Tyrod Taylor in the rest of the year. Because through 8 weeks, our offensive line looked like it was the worst in the league.
Oh, it's horrible.
But that was part of like what Todd Haley was doing so poorly, and how he wasn't matching anything about Baker's strengths. He was just playing his system, regardless of the players and the talent that should have been in a different scheme.
Real quick side note to the whole thing. I met one of the Pittsburgh scouting coaches that does all the study and gives coaches reports on like the new draft picks. He works for Pittsburgh,
and he
been doing it for years.
So
I met this guy. Through work, and he was like, "Oh yeah, you guys shouldn't have hired Todd Haley." He told me this like week 2, and I was like, "He's awful. You gotta get rid of him." I was like, "He don't know what you're talking about." He also told me that about the Le'Veon Bell thing. He said that wasn't gonna get resolved here. He said Le'Veon is one of the biggest dum-dums. They said like they can't believe how dumb he is.
Well, he literally gave up $16 million this year. $16 million.
Makes no sense.
Just to bank on himself that he's gonna get a huge contract next year, which they won't even pay for this year. So basically, sitting out would cut out $16 million of whatever giant contract he gets.
It's whatever.
I
don't know what he's doing.
But speaking of that, don't mean to get off topic, but Pittsburgh is about to be burning. It's burning right now. The whole organization is lit on fire. Everyone should be running around like crazy.
It's nice not to be dysfunctional for once.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's
weird. Now 2 teams in the AFC North that are dysfunctional. You had Cincy, who's just a train wreck. They have been for the last decade, regardless of what people say with him and Andy Dalton and Marvin Lewis over there. And then you have the Steelers. You had Big Ben. Just pointing fingers at everyone. Yet Antonio Brown, his star wideout, just chucking footballs at his quarterback. And then you have Le'Veon Bell, who's like, you know what? I don't need y'all. I'm just gonna sit out the entire 16 games and just go jet skiing in Florida.
And poor Juju Smith-Schuster, who cost his team the playoffs.
Yeah, and AB who missed practice, and then he decided not to play the game, and he was like, you know what? I just want to get out of here. And they actually, it was just reported, I think Bleacher Report, was saying that the team wants to get rid of him by March, so we don't have to give him a bonus.
Yeah.
That'd be good. $2.5 million? Yeah, I don't think so.
We don't want to give it to him.
If you don't want the playoffs.
You know what else I think is interesting? It was watching the Steelers run on the Browns during the last like several minutes of the Ravens game.
Oh yeah,
that
they
was
chanted.
hilarious, yeah.
Oh, we're saving that.
Yeah.
You guys will see that next year.
That
when
was
we play them.
that was super awesome.
Yeah.
That was great. So big thing, Freddie Kitchens. Let's talk about that. Going right into the coaching search. So with the coaching search, it's interesting because you have two coaches who everyone believes could run the team next year. And Greg Williams, and I don't want that. I'm gonna cross that out right away. The second thing is I don't really want Freddie as the head coach, but I wouldn't be super upset if he was.
Ooh, I don't agree with you there, but go on. I'll do.
Okay, so first thing, Greg Williams cannot be the head coach because he lost versus quality opponents. He lost versus Houston, versus the Chiefs, versus Baltimore, and I think is that it? Those three, yeah.
Yeah.
And then he also made
he only lost 3 games. But,
he also made crucial mistakes
yeah.
in the Ravens game.
Huge
Not calling the challenge on the bad spot. He also didn't call the challenge correctly on the touchdown catch that Njoku had.
Yeah, he fell on his back in the end zone with the ball in his hands.
Oh, it was so bad. If you're gonna challenge it, just challenge it. You're gonna time out together. It'll be a whole thing. It was so dumb.
Yeah, he timed that. Yeah, this is mind-boggling. He timed out instead of calling a challenge.
Okay.
For those of you who don't know,
it gets worse.
Okay, if you throw out the red flag and call a challenge or challenge whatever play it is, if you lose, you automatically lose a timeout.
Right. So
if you win, you don't lose a timeout.
So just call the challenge. You're gonna get a timeout anyways. It's whatever.
Yeah. So if you want a timeout anyways, so it just makes common sense.
Stupid.
To throw the flag.
Also, you can't take timeouts into next year. When they had 4th down and 10, and they had a timeout left, he needs to take that timeout once he was
you had
presenting.
Josh Cribbs screaming in his ear, just throw up a timeout.
He was like, "Dude, timeout." Greg was like, "Nah, man, I play defense."
Yeah, have you guys seen that Draymond Green meme? Tap in Kevin Durant's shoulders.
He was like,
"That's basically what Josh Cribbs is doing." As much as I hate both of those players, that meme is hilarious.
It's super good.
And if you guys follow us on social media, give us a shout out, and we'll send it to you guys.
It's pretty funny. Okay, so that's gonna pretty much wrap things up for our coaching.
Oh, it doesn't. I was gonna come on.
Oh yeah,
Freddie.
Fine. Okay, yeah. So Freddie, you don't think Freddie can do it?
No, that's what you said. I think we should actually make him head coach because if we try to retain him as offensive coordinator, we'll have to pay him quite a bit of money to retain him. He's gonna be.
He'll be a candidate next year for head coach.
Yeah, he's very popular. So even if we do keep him for the 1 year, he's gonna leave. So it's only a temporary situation. So I had a few conversations with people on Twitter. I changed my mind a little bit. I think we said, let's go ahead and make Freddie head coach now. Fine, and let him pick his coaching staff. So as offense coordinator, who we can.
Let Dorsey pick his staff.
No, let Freddie do. He has connections. He's been in the NFL and coaching staff for years.
Okay.
Yeah. Make him head coach. Let him pick his staff. Give him an offense coordinator that he can help decide call on plays, and give me a experienced quality defense coordinator who's mildly aggressive but doesn't call blitzes on 55% of the plays.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Or doesn't put the safety in the middle of fucking Lake Erie.
It's a good point.
Either of those will work.
Yeah, either of those will work. I think I agree with you there on the Freddie thing. If you think he's a special talent, make him the head coach, retain him, utilize his talent, because he did unlock Baker, and through weeks 9 through 17, I think it was, the Browns were the second highest rated offense.
Which is the 8 weeks after firing those two.
Yeah.
Hugh and Haley.
Yeah.
It's hard to breed continuity and have that chemistry between offense coordinators and QB. If you have it, why mess with it?
There's a couple of decent other options out there. I mean, there's Dan Campbell, and then the one I really like is Matt Campbell over at Iowa State.
Mm-hmm.
He's ridiculous because Iowa State beat Baker when he was at Oklahoma, and that's a team it's not a big program. I mean, they're talking 3 and 4, 3 and 2-star recruits, and they somehow game planned and beat up Baker. So I think he's great. Everything I hear about him is just wonderful stuff. So I think if they interviewed him, they'd probably take him.
Yeah, there's definitely some very interesting candidates out there. Definitely qualified. I just think if
Mike McCarthy.
If Buddy went from being a running back coach in week 8 to offensive coordinator and trying to figure out a game plan and just light up I don't think they won off the. Was that Kansas City that they played? No.
No, the second week we got to that.
Okay, well, 2 weeks after he game plan said Kansas City, they almost pulled it out if they had a competent defense, and then he light up Atlanta, and with no preparation basically on his belt, saying, hey, you get to be in charge of the running backs, and you're in charge of the entire offense,
Boom.
and now you try to breed a conversation, communication, and relationship with Baker.
Right.
Right. And
he
after,
was like,
if he
Baker,
has,
what do you like? And Baker's like, I like this stuff. And, he's
and,
like,
and
let's
he,
run it.
and he ran it. Weird.
Let's run it.
So I think after, I think an entire offseason will benefit greatly. Even though we've had success in this through the last 8 weeks of football here. So if he has an entire offseason, what can he do?
Right.
I think there's more to come. I don't think they're gonna regress, and that's part of why I don't want new coaching staff. I don't want Baker and the rest of the offense to take a step back.
Right. I hear
So
you.
that's my take on it.
So, yeah, as long as you don't get McCarthy, as long as you don't get what's the dude from they used to coach for the Detroit Lions? Caldwell? Jim Caldwell? No. Yeah.
Sure.
I don't know.
Let us know.
He's not good. I don't
I'm
like
not
him.
sure.
I don't want
No
him.
name.
There's no McCarthy's.
No McCarthy's.
No McCarthy's, please.
If you can't get along with the
Best quarterback in the
NFL's
league.
best quarterback in Aaron Rodgers,
I don't want you.
yeah, then I probably don't want you.
I don't know. Are we gonna talk about the schedule for 2019 real quick?
Yes, we are.
All right. So who we got on schedule? Tim?
Well, obviously, we played 6 games
Tee it up.
in the division.
Okay.
2 games Cincy, 2 games Baltimore, and 2 games Steelers. All split apart. 1 game each at home and away. And then we play. I'm just gonna list them off here really quick. We play Buffalo at home, Miami away, New England away, Jets away, Cardinals away, Rams at home, which is awesome. But a tough game. Big one here, Seattle at home. You don't have to deal with the crowd at all. 49ers away, and then we don't know about Denver and Tennessee yet.
I think 6 punts. I think we could beat.
Well, let's look at the divisional games. Do we think we can win both of the games in Cincinnati?
You should go.
Hell yes.
Yes.
Baltimore, you at least split that series.
That's 3 wins.
That's 3 wins.
Okay.
And then, depending on how dysfunctional Pittsburgh still is,
You should get 1.
you should get one of those.
So you're gonna go 4-2 in the division.
So
That's
you
cool.
should, so you should win. That'll be the second straight year we
Then
were over 500 in division.
Kind of 5 opponents. The other ones.
I don't think we've gone over 500 in division either since 2014, but it definitely hasn't been since 2007.
Yeah, I really like.
And then, before you go on,
The fact that we're going to play in Foxborough against the New England Patriots. That's going to be a fun one because it's going to be national televised. You know that's going to happen.
Yeah, for sure. That and the Rams game.
Oh, Rams
At
gonna
home.
be fun.
At home.
We're going to that one.
Yeah, we're doing that
We'll
one.
beat that one.
For sure.
Yeah, mark up tickets.
Denver should be
Buy
fun
'em up.
too, because they might have a competent quarterback next year.
They could, yeah.
But yeah, Buffalo, we should definitely win. Wait, count them out. How many? We were 4-2 in division. So
Yeah,
let's put it this way.
That'll probably be a national TV game.
No, let's finish the prediction off here.
Okay, so
4-2 in
Buffalo,
division.
yes. Buffalo, yes.
So 5-2. Miami
Yes.
6-2. That's home. New England
No.
6-3. That's away. Jets win
Yes.
7-3.
Yeah.
All right. The Cardinals win. Rams,
8.
I'll say no. Seattle at home.
Yeah.
That's a
time
big
game.
one.
Yeah.
You think that's a primetime game? I think
Yeah,
so.
it's prime time, yeah.
Yeah, either Monday Night Football. Yeah, that'll be a big win. That'll be a huge crowd win to
Right.
finish off the season. I don't know. We don't know the schedule yet. We don't know the dates of them.
Right?
And then 49ers, Jimmy Garoppolo should be healthy.
I'll take that one.
I'll take that one too. That's away. And then Denver, question mark at location. Same with Tennessee.
So we're at 9 right now? 10?
See, 4 divisional wins, 5 sits, sits in 3, 7, 8, 9, 10 wins, including the 49ers. And then I'd say
Denver and Tennessee.
I'm
Both those.
gonna give a loss on Denver, but I'll give the win against Tennessee. I don't believe in Mariota.
You don't
Mariota.
believe in
Nope.
Yeah.
Mariota.
Okay,
Nope.
that's fine. That's fine. You don't believe in Mariota.
So what is it, 11-5?
That sounds good. I'm down with 11-5.
11-5,
Sign
12-4.
me up. Sounds good.
Anyone who projects a tie doesn't know Baker Mayfield.
No ties. No ties.
No ties. No.
There'll be no ties in this podcast.
Yeah, and we were talking about needs earlier. I think kicker would be a good need.
Yeah,
as
can we
well.
get a kicker, please?
Please and thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
At John Dorsey, whoever knows his handle or email.
John Dorsey.
Yeah.
All right, so let's wrap things up with the Browns here. Let's talk about the Cavs real quick here. The Cavs suck. They're not good. What's
8-32, not great.
8-32.
Almost halfway,
Mm-hmm.
one game away from halfway in the season.
Yeah.
8-32. I think I gave a prediction that they'll be a playoff team. But I didn't think that Kevin Love would be gone for 32 out of 40 games.
You weren't gonna trip Cal Korver in that scenario either.
No.
Here's
And I was hoping Stetson wouldn't be as bad.
let's just sign it up real quick. So Cavs have lost 5 straight games at home by 20 or more points. They've lost 9 straight games after this Pelicans loss. And it looks like there's something weird internally going on because their last losses were 30-plus point losses. They just waived Patrick McCaw, who we just picked up last week, who looks horrible.
Yeah.
And then they picked up Cameron Payne, who used to be a point guard
Mr. Handshake.
for the Bulls,
Yeah,
and
you
then
said 10
also
days?
for
10-day
10-day contract, and then also for the Thunder.
I think he's just one of those players that has the talent, is just below average IQ
Not smart.
and mentality. He's
It's okay.
not smart.
It's okay.
Speaking of not smart, the Timberwolves just fired Tom Thibodeau.
Yeah, Thibodeau.
And now we're thinking that it's a fire sale over there in Minnesota.
Yeah, I don't think they want Wiggins though.
Well, we don't want him either. I don't want him.
I'd take Wiggins back.
Depends on the asking price.
I will give you.
I will give you a Colin Sexton,
a gently used Colin Sexton,
and a washer.
and a Ante Zizic for Andrew Wiggins.
I'll give you J.R. Smith too. I'll take back the contract.
Yeah,
for
you can have J.R. Smith. J.R. Smith.
I'll take the bad contract.
Go
That's
ahead.
fine.
Take J.R. Smith.
We're rebuilding.
Yeah,
I'm fine with that.
give me Andrew Wiggins back. And let's see if all those people who bought Cavs Wiggins jerseys, if they still want to wear
If
them.
they reappear.
If they reappear. That'd be cool though. Uncle Mike would be very happy. My Uncle Mike would be really happy that Wiggins would be back.
He would be.
Even though he finally came around and realized that Wiggins is not that good. That the Cavs won the love trade. Cavs won the love trade. They won a championship. That's all there is to it. Don't tell me the Cavs should have traded away Wiggins. Love was a better fit. The Cavs won a championship. The trade worked out. Okay.
Okay then.
Anyways, who should the Cavs trade right now? Just real quick, list them off. Let's go top to bottom of the roster. Let's pull the roster up. You got the roster?
Let's do Sexton. Start.
Sexton
I want to trade him really badly.
gone. See you later, Sexton. I don't want you on the team either.
J.R. Smith, we have to get rid of him.
J.R. Smith's gone. That's 2 guys. You can trade Ante. That's 3. You can trade Hood. That's 4.
Alec Burks is a candidate as well.
5. Alex Burke. You can.
Larry Nance is one as well.
You could probably trade Larry. That's 6. Then probably not
What is Clarkson?
Clarkson. Yeah.
I would love to keep him. I
like him. That's 7 guys you could trade now.
But I'd say the entire most of the team. I wouldn't trade Jetty. I wouldn't trade Kevin Love.
I wouldn't trade Tristan. I wouldn't trade Tristan really, unless you're getting a big return for him.
Yeah, I wouldn't trade Tristan either.
So
yeah,
you can wreck the entire roster.
You have
keep
12.
Jetty,
You have 12. Yeah, you have 12 players. You can just send
and
off.
keep Tristan. Everyone else can hit the bricks. That's fine.
Yeah,
because we're tanking for Zion. Tank for Zion, baby.
Can't stop it.
Can't stop the tank, baby. That's our signature. Can't stop the tank. We're here for it. We are here for it's tankalicious.
Yeah, this gross. Just hang in there, guys. It'll be over.
Yeah, we're gonna make it
sooner than you know it.
If
you watch last games, it'll be over faster.
Yeah, just remember the Cavs won the championship just a couple years ago. Yeah, and the Warriors broke the league. So if you want to get angry about something, get angry about the Warriors, not about the Cavs. Yeah. And LeBron, thank you for coming back to Cleveland and getting us a championship. We appreciate you. Also take Brandon Ingram if he's available.
No.
Yep. Thank you.
He's stupid.
He's dumb.
He's dumb. He's a dumb. Just like Wiggins. They would be so much better if they had a head on them. I don't think they do.
Also, I wish
so the ceiling is limited based off the knowledge and mentality.
I would have given up ridiculous things to go get.
The thing about
Luka
Deion
Doncic.
Waiters, dude, that kid has all the Kobe mentality, but he's a super dumb.
Deion Waiters could have been ridiculous. He could have been so good.
You remember him in the All-Star game against
He's so saucy.
what was that? Against Tim Hardaway Jr. They had a little battle.
Lit up Hardaway, bro.
He had an in between the legs dunk in the rookie showcase.
Oh my gosh, he was so nice. I loved it so much.
But he never progressed past the good decent level
Never
because he didn't have a
progressed.
mentality. He didn't have a head on him.
That is what it is, man. When you get in.
Yeah, so I don't want Ingram. I don't want Wiggins. I want smart basketball players
Speaking of smart basketball players,
who are talented.
I would have given up ridiculous amount of things.
That's a big one. Be talented. You can't just work hard. I'm talking about you, Sexton.
Can I make a point?
Yeah, maybe.
I would have given up ridiculous amount of assets to get Luka Doncic and move up in that draft. But what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Yeah, how about that? Atlanta not drafting Donovan, but all right, we'll allow to take Trae Young. Trae Young. Give me Steph Curry 2.0. Okay, he's gonna be good. I'm not gonna say he
But he's
isn't.
not as good as Doncic.
But no, he won't be Doncic good.
Doncic is stupid good.
It's good.
All right. Well, that's going to wrap things up for this episode of the Everything Is Earned podcast. Again, I am Mike.
And I am Tim, aka it's contagious.
AKA it is contagious. And just remember, in Cleveland here, everything is earned.